Hello, Dr. Q English here, and welcome to our next episode of the Essential Series, Love. Simply love. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So first things first, loving God with everything that's within you, and only then can we love our neighbor as we love ourselves. But we can't even love them without loving ourselves, and we can't love ourselves without knowing God's love. So it really all starts with us. And these verses point to the fact that the second command is just as great as the first, that we can't proclaim loving God and not love our neighbor. And let us take time to talk about that. Loving our neighbors, weighing in as much as the first and great command. If you think about it, to love others we must first understand God's love for us, and then our love for ourselves through God's love for us. There is a priority, in love and in how we love. We must love our neighbors as ourselves. So we have a hard time loving because we haven't taken the time to understand God's unconditional love for us and seeing ourselves, how He sees us. That creates this self-love. I love me. And with that, He says, this next command I'm about to give you is your measuring stick of how you fulfilled the first command, which is love your neighbor as you do yourself. The Bible says, how can we even say that we love God and we don't love our brethren? And yet sometimes, we proclaim loudly how much we love God. God, you are everything. But I hate you, my brethren. I don't like you, my brethren. And I'm going to say to you, no, it doesn't work like that. You're deluding yourself. You cannot say you love God and hate your brother. You cannot say you love God and hate your brethren. And I think we can all say to love takes work. So some of us look at our brethren and we look at him and treat him with disdain as a matter of fact. We wish we didn't hear his name or her name or see his or her face. There's a there's a part of us that goes south when his or her name or names are mentioned in our presence. Really what I'm saying is that can't be for you nor I. We think it can be because it gives us great feelings to weep and cry and talk to our God and to others about God, of how much we love him. But the true test of our love for him comes with how we love our brethren that we see. The brethren that we see. And that requires laying down the hurts and disappointments and blame and wrongdoings and even revenge. And I'm writing this and do know that I'm not perfect. And I hope these series you saw are part of me that's not perfect. And that's important because as ministers, we never want to be perceived as perfect or as a God made of gold that can do no wrong. We need these times of vulnerability to help you understand that you're not alone, because what's more worth it than obeying God's command? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So I say to you, love. So go make it right with others, and more importantly, with thyself.
You have been listening to Dr. Q English. Follow her on social media at Facebook at Q English and on Instagram at Q English. Continue to listen to our daily series.